Hello, dear friends, it's Marilla, and I've been getting a lot of questions about what my day-to-day life looks like here in Turkey. And that's actually a really hard question to answer because my schedule's different every day. I have some constants like language classes and weekly events that I do, but my schedule's constantly changing and every day looks a little bit different. There are some things that always remain the same. One of those is that I often head into Kızılay at least 3 times a week, if not more. I have language classes there and I love to watch the hustle and bustle of the city before class. And I also really love the fact that I can find some good coffee shops there. And I appreciate the opportunity to be caffeinated before an exhausting 3 hours of language study. Since coffee is one of my favorite things, finding new cafes was a must, and it's really helps me feel comfortable here. One of the other things that I do often, at least daily, is take transportation. At home in the States, I was used to driving a car, but here, unless you're fairly wealthy, you don't own a car. And I am often either on the bus or the dolmuş, which is a minibus. Those bus rides can get a little bit crazy, and you're often crammed in with quite a few people that you've probably never seen in your life and may only ever see on the bus. I found that I love the bus experience, but I really struggle with motion sickness, which is something that I've never really experienced before because driving never gave me motion sickness. But on the bus, when you're crowded in with a bunch of people, you don't have a lot of air to breathe, the windows may not be open, the bus driver might be a little bit crazy and taking turns really hard. Especially if I'm not facing forward or sitting down, I start to feel sick at about 10 minutes into the ride, and I have actually gotten off the bus because I thought I was going to be sick. Hopefully that will fade in time, but for now, I'm trying to make sure that I strategically position myself on a bus so that I can see outside or face forward so that I'm not quite so sick on the bus. In the meantime, though, if I can walk places, I do. I really love to walk, and I really love walking in Ankara because I feel like I'm getting to know the city and experiencing a part of it that I wouldn't really get to experience from the bus. It's starting to hit spring now, and I'm getting to see wonderful blossoms everywhere, and it's finally starting to feel beautiful here. When I first came, it was just concrete and cars and buildings, and I wasn't a huge fan of how it looked and felt. But as spring is coming, I'm really starting to love the city now. I spend a lot of time walking up and down hills and stairs, escaping near passes with cars when there's no sidewalk available. But it's always an adventure to walk here, and I really love getting to be a part of the hustle and bustle of the city and really experience what it feels like to live here. I love going back home at the end of the day. My apartment is a little bit far out of town, but I really love that quiet of getting to be in my own place and opening the door and feeling that peace and quiet as I walk in. For me, going home every night is kind of a relaxing thing, and I love that home is a sanctuary for me.